One, we are live.
And it was the worst thing ever. Apparently, I mean, I thought I told some horrible ones, but apparently this joke was so bad. The punchline ended the lives of almost a dozen people. I kid you not. It was pun in 10 dead. Roll that footage.
Move this man!
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
All right. When you said roll that footage,
I think our show should come with a disclaimer and health insurance to be able to recover for the visits.
we'll
Mental
have,
health.
And speaking of, hold on, before anything, I would personally like to dedicate this episode, and this is this is not a joke. Nightwingham, please tell me you're feeling better. I haven't heard from you in a bit. I hope if you're watching, send me a message or something. We wish you the best and speediest recovery. Damn it.
Yeah, you gotta definitely rest up. Make sure you're feeling better. If anything goes wrong, make sure you reach out. Don't sleep on it. So, well, do get rest, but take care of yourself, buddy.
Great to that because
yes,
he sent the GIF with Omarion unveiling himself from the Masked Singer, signifying Omicron.
But yeah, normally he's like one of the first people in the chat, so it's a little strange not having him in the audience tonight. We do have a whole bunch of cool people hanging out in there with us already. So again, if you're watching us here live on YouTube, make sure you pop over to that live chat. We'll be interacting with everybody throughout the course of tonight's episode. Make sure you kielbasa slam that like button because it really helps us out. Make sure if you're not already, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and of course, go down in the description and check out our Teespring store where you can get cool shirts like the Figure Action Vice shirt. You're going to help out our channel. You're going to look good doing it. And we've got some of the best priced podcasting merch out there. I will be giving away a Figure Action shirt as soon as I have the other part of the prize, which is going to be a Studio Series sound wave from the Bumblebee movie. So stay tuned for that. I'm just waiting on that sound wave. Either Amazon ships it or I stumble across one in a store.
Has anybody considered the possibility that maybe one of our viewers works at a deli? He actually kielbasa slam the like button. Like,
I would thoroughly enjoy that.
if that actually happens, viewers out there, please PM us a video and we'll make it a GIF. If you want to kielbasa slam the like button, maybe Jordan can turn it into a part of the show. Please, no kielbasa is harmed in the making of the video, though.
Are kielbasas even kosher?
If you bless it with a... Well, actually, are they pork or not? I can't remember. Let's see. What's in a kielbasa?
I've never been slammed with a kielbasa, so I wouldn't know. Matt,
and here's the other half of Team Matt. Thank you to Mr. Deluxe Baldwin. He smells wonderful today, by the way.
Does he still like Transformer?
Baldwin? Does Baldwin still like Transformers?
I don't think so.
Only if they're clear or transparent.
I think he did have his breaking point with. I feel like when I watched his Ghost Starscream review, he wasn't like feeling it.
I didn't see that yet. Did it not transpire well as it was? I'll go back and watch it.
Yeah.
I watch all of his other videos. Damn it, the one that I missed, and he
really sold me on. I don't know if you saw it. He sold me on that Bumblebee movie, Shockwave. I think that's what I want for my birthday.
Yeah. Yes. That's. I can't do that. I want to.
It scales with 3A stuff, so we'll get to that in a minute. Well, I guess this is the part where we find out how the hell everybody's doing and whether or not they got anything cool this week, I guess. Parts, we'll start off with you. How the hell are you? And what were your procurements?
You're starting with me today? I don't think you've ever.
Yeah.
I don't think you've ever started with me. Baldwin says
Kinda
he liked Ghost Starscream, so he doesn't know what you're talking about.
Matt, are you having Baltimore internet or is it my internet?
Anybody
You look fuzzy.
else?
Yeah, you're blurry.
Am I?
Yeah, you look like adult Japanese anime in the 80s.
All right, well, then start with somebody else, and I'll see if I can fix it.
All right. Well, then, we'll go with the truest Starscreamer of all. A man who should not have looked at his crypto today, though. You probably should. You probably should keep an eye on it just to make sure that it hasn't dipped down too much.
It's still there. It hasn't dipped below when I bought it, so at least it's got that. But yeah, it's cold in North Carolina. We got snowed on, we got ice, we melted, and possibly may get some more snow later this week. We'll find out.
And yet it's avoided us here in Maryland, and they're calling for a blizzard that's going to hit the Northeast. And again, Maryland's supposedly going to get missed. I just find it.
I've got beer and I got toys.
Yeah, Dave can have
One of
all
my
that.
favorite toy reviewers finally got a new job. I was so happy to hear that this week. So I love that Danhausen, and he got signed on to AEW this week. I'm so happy. And if you have not watched his toy reviews, they are fun as hell. Speaking of fun toy reviewers, though, one of the best in the biz did actually send me something at fairly non-scalping prices, and I finally got myself a bat. So I am excited to get this guy in the collection, even though I've got like a bunch more. I finally get one to, satisfy that need.
Are you going to open it?
Totally get you that money for the alley, Viper. I swear. It's just I got to get paid.
Are you going to open it? Are you going to open it? You can open the bat? You can open the bat?
It was already open.
Swear to me!
Yeah. Well, anyway, we got a bat, and I'm happy.
I think you're going to like the Alley Viper a lot.
Even though I've been trying to avoid them, I can't help it. Every now and then I've got to pick up some Star Wars figures. And I do like the Bad Batch. And I'm actually really enjoying the Book of Boba Fett. It's taking a little bit to grow on me. But I was able to find Wrecker. Thank you. Yes, the Jedi Danhausen coming from under the stage. The ring was amazing. And I got myself tech from the Bad Batch, so I'm happy for those. I finally got.
I think they got a restock because I saw a bunch of those.
They did, because Wrecker came out, but I never saw him here in North Carolina, or at least in my area. So I got them. I'm happy. I got to see if I can cancel this guy because I currently have him on. I still have him on pre-order from GameStop, but I did find the criminal of the three Jokers. So I'm really gonna be cutting down. Well, let me show these next couple figures first before I say this next statement. But he does look cool. I did get the appropriately. Wait, did I show this last week? This Red Hood?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And then I did get the side-eyed Lex Luthor. And probably after this, I'm going to really be cutting down on my McFarlane DC figures. So this, I think, is my last major go around. And finally, I was able to get my hands on a Rumble Society Doc Knock Dr. Nocturnal Red Death Edition. So I think I am good on my Mezcos until for the and actually this was one I won. So I said I've barely paid for any Mezcos.
Oh my God! Open the box.
I won't get to them. I want to photograph them. That's the problem. I have not had time for photography. Today's title page, that was the last photo I shot, and I was very happy for that one. I still have to put them on Instagram. But I think this is pretty much with the exception of the Crow and the Solomon Kane that I actually ordered, like few I've actually paid for. I think I'm actually caught up on my Mezcos. And that
Sportimus,
is
you don't. Sportimus, you don't want to see Dave in a strip club. Just throwing McFarlane figures at the dancers.
Hmm.
better than NECA's.
All right.
The weird part is, after I finish up these shows, I got to clear a path to get back upstairs.
Next time on Orders. All right. Matt, your internet doesn't look much better. Well, I think he's frozen. I'm going to hit print screen.
Yeah, you look like
I
Super
can't-
Nintendo.
I gotta say, that is not that one is not memeable.
No, it's kind of not.
Super Nintendo Matt.
he looks like he's on like a Fighter Select for old Super Nintendo game.
Oh. Actually, that is memeable. Then we can put that in
Like
Mortal
he's-
Kombat 2,
No, it's like one of the Data East fighting games.
or like Pit
Where
Fighter.
Yeah, where they just have like fighters that look like regular guys.
Could you hear any of what we were saying?
I'm back.
I guess not.
I left off when Dave was throwing around $25 figures, and I refreshed my internet, so hopefully it's better now. Am I less fuzzy than I was? I mean, I still have the same facial hair, but am I less fuzzy than I was before?
You're about the same, but it's bearable.
We're gonna have to go with it because it is
Yeah.
what it is.
That is bad 80s hentai.
Apparently, Baldwin thinks I'm a GQ model. I get where he's made that mistake though, so I understand where he's coming from. Apparently Kevin thinks so too. If y'all have any like female friends you want to send my way, that's different.
You've got
I like you
enough.
guys. I like you guys. Yeah, but I don't need any extra mats in my life either. So I did pick up this shirt that's very accurate for my haul this week because I haven't been on the show in a few weeks, so I've got a few. So Deformation Space, Thundercracker, and Skywarp. Super happy with these guys. I love this mold. I like transforming it, which I know is weird because most people don't. I'm okay with that. Both are good tolerance. Super happy with them. Got me my rig, so like that.
You had a ninja behind you.
What? Got me my rig.
Colin was
And-
sneaking behind you.
Was he? Hold that thought.
He went back up the stairs.
Little shit.
I missed that.
All right. We're gonna keep moving. I got me some Beast boxes. These two combine into a Devastator colored construction robot, and then I got the Bee. I know they're not exciting in their box mode, but I didn't feel like transforming them, so you can see the colors. Thanks to Kevin Womack letting me know that All Time Toys had this guy in stock, so I picked him up. This is a Joy toy. One of them, I can't remember the name. It's one of the robots. So what's weird about this guy is that the other robot had such tight ratcheting joints that I had to do what I could to loosen them. This guy, there's no ratchets. It's all buttery smooth joints. Same line, the next release figure, they did away with all the ratchets. So interesting. You guys, if anybody does Joy Toy, let me know if that's the norm or if it's something new they're doing. Got me my Archcore White Wolf. Don't remember his name. Don't really care, but he comes with the old man, who is, I guess, a badass with his huge ass sword on his back. And this thing transforms into a wolf. The only thing I didn't know prior to getting him is I thought that the guy could drive the car, but there's no room for it because where the pilot would be or the driver would be has the hand for the combined mode. So all he's going to do is ride on top.
If Joe were here, he'd tell you about automated cars and whatnot.
And this could be an Elon Musk mobile, and he didn't. It drives itself. It could very
that
well.
pose
Be.
looks great. I have to say. I mean, that kind of looks pretty cool of him, like riding into battle like that. That's actually a damn epic pose.
That's why I left it like that. I wanted to combine it with Frostlight, but I liked it like this and didn't feel like
That
moving it
does look
anymore.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Damn.
the epically long sniper rifle that comes with it.
Pop the head off and shove it into the window.
That's not what she
Wait.
said. The arm mode is really cool in this. I'll combine it later, but let me see. Moving on. The last thing. So this guy is a controversial guy, especially if you ask Sony. I did get Jansen X Transbots Perceptor, and I really, really like this guy. He hasn't broken on me. He's survived transformation like 3 times now. I don't ask much of my Perceptors, so I'm happy with him. I was glad to save the $100 on the fans' toys, which I'm sure is going to be a wonderful figure, but I'm happy.
The only thing I ask of my Perceptors is that they check their receptors.
Exactly. And this one does. And he comes with all those extra bottles and basins and minifigs, which are all pretty cool.
The world's ugliest bumblebee.
Well, only if you look at him straight in the eye. If you don't do that. Other than that, I've been good. Nothing more to add. So who hasn't gone yet? Because
T-Man.
T
978.
Hey, you gradually got clearer as the time went on.
That's I tend to have that.
You blessed him with the powers of Baltimore Internet.
I got Wong. He's awesome. He cool. And we got this guy fussing at him for colluding with Spider-Man.
Did you just put him back in the box for the sake of review?
Yeah. Well, because I opened it at work and I put him back in there so I could bring it home. Tell me where Parker is.
Buy my vitamins.
I bought this guy, Netflix Geralt, specifically just to review.
Why?
I filmed the review, and that will be
probably because he's been watching The Witcher and the urge.
I haven't watched The Witcher.
Oh, okay then.
And outside of that, we got a Cobra Bat, got an Alley Viper, and a Cobra Bat, and some faces on the arm. And that's that. 0.
All right. Well, I'm doing fantastic. It's Thursday. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be on Figure Action with all you fine folks. And it's been an uneventful week. Just kind of.
I'm envious.
Yeah. Looking forward to kicking back and enjoying the weekends. I got some cool stuff. Courtesy of T-Man 978. He found me the symbiote Spider-Man. He got him to me pretty quick. Everybody knows I like my Spider-Man and my Wolverine figures. And I should have a Ben Reilly Spider-Man tomorrow, courtesy of T. But he's cool. I'm glad that I got this one instead of the old pizza body. Or was he the pizza Spidey body on the old one?
The old one,
Which
yeah.
one?
Yeah. The one that came with this wasn't it with the Sandman Build-A-Figure?
Give me a second. I can go look. You know, I've got just about every single Spider-Man figure they've made, right?
Yeah. I know you've got
a wave. It was a pizza Spidey body. I put it off in my chill comparison review.
And it's funny. I saw that figure a couple times, but at the time I just I was even choosier with my Marvel Legends, and I just passed on it. And
you should. That one's way better than
this one. Is way better. I like the way the eyes are on this one better. I know that they tried to be a little evocative of the McFarlane drawings and that, but this one just ticks the boxes for me, and it almost reminds me of how I felt with the old Toy Biz one, even though the Toy Biz one has not aged well. But where I can just get him into any pose that I want kind of effortlessly.
So you make him walk around the house saying, "Come back here, Shocker!"
You know what I was thinking about though? Somebody mentioned I want to say it was one of Nerd Zog's videos. Check out his channel; he's pretty good. That they should do throwbacks to the old Toy Biz packages. But what I would want out of that is, I don't know if you guys remember, like when Toy Biz first started doing Spider-Man, they actually had bases that you could actually mount onto your wall.
Mhm.
So I had the regular and the black suit Spider-Man. I actually had them over my computer, and I had them like actually you had the little holes like you could put a nail or a screw in and actually mount it to a wall. And I had those. I would love to see Hasbro do those sort of displays where you could put them on like the side of a case or a cabinet. But enough rambling. I also got the armored Spider-Man, and I've always dug this design for whatever reason. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but I wasn't expecting him to be so heavy. He's actually got a good heft to him for a Spider-Man.
An armored
so-
figure be heavy?
Well, thank God, yeah. But I mean, you would think that it's a Spider-Man figure that this would just hey, it's just molded texture. But he's actually heavier than your average Spider-Man. I also got Bat and Alley Viper. Found them. I actually found these in the wild. I found them at Target. Actually, no, I found these at Walmart, and then I also found them at Target. But these came from Walmart. And damn, don't you hate it when you have something? Oh, here he is. I got rid of the Sonic Warrior already, the third-party Soundwave, and I traded up for the 3-0 Soundwave with Ravage. So
Dang, that Sonic Warrior did not last long.
no, it didn't. It couldn't hold its own gun. It couldn't really stand all that well. Since TFCon, the joints got really weak. So I got myself the 3-0, and God, I wish I had just done this in the first place, to be honest.
Who is Sonic Warrior?
Sonic Warrior is the KO. Well, it's not a KO. It's a third party that's 3-0 scaled. So I had
Matt
Matt
picked it up for you.
for yes, Matt picked it up for me, and initially I was like, well, I was like, this is a case where Ben's collectibles or was it Ben or was it Prime? I think it was Ben. Just kind of oversold on a figure, and I was like, well, hey, if I'm going to get it, I'd like the transforming one. It's a whole heck of a lot less.
So you took a figure that I bought for you and you sold
with my money.
I bought for you and you sold it.
Yes, I did.
Last BotCon, I gave you a bot.
But you know what that figure couldn't do? It
Month,
couldn't do this.
Sold it away.
But that was from my heart.
No.
My heart. And your money. But
well.
my heart.
I was there, man. He poured his love into the deal. It was actually a little.
Is that why it was sticky?
Yeah, I was gonna say it was actually a little unsettling, to be honest. But
I shot my love into the deal.
Is that why the Soundwave looked scared when I opened it?
I thought it looked quite satisfied, but
I'm so loose now. I've been wrecked.
To answer Kevin, I'll be looking when I go to Target. I randomly saw that one, and I owed Zero a Spider-Man for Spider-Man.
But I didn't see his comment. T-Man hooked me up with a Ben Rod. Kev, I'll if one pops up, because T's got one coming to me. If I see one, since I got one coming, I'll help you out with that. But yeah, got Deluxe in here saying 3-0 is life. Check out his review on the new modern Deluxe scale Bumblebee. So he really sells that figure. It's a great review from Deluxe, and that's just such a cool looking little Bumblebee. I want one, especially I think it's cool because he's so small. He's like 6 inches.
6 inches isn't that small.
It's average.
It's just average. Your deluxe size. All right. Well, you guys ready to get into some news?
I am.
Sure.
It's fun. This week we actually have 0 third-party news. It's well, we've got like
Oh,
we're
I've
about
got
to hit that
something.
drought.
I've
You got something?
I've got third
Well,
party.
it is okay. It is Chinese New Year,
Yes.
so it's gonna
but
be quiet
still,
for a
you know,
while.
like we've had like fans toys. They could have spaced out the news a little bit.
Well, no,
just to
that's why they were trying to get it all out before the Chinese New Year. That's again not a joke, not a punchline.
Well, I
Anybody
guess we'll.
getting Medicus?
I'm waiting for Toy Dojo to put it up. I have it on BBTS, but
I think. Well, I got my FedEx notification, but I didn't get my email saying that it actually shipped.
they still had everything up for pre-order last I checked. So I think they might. But you got that, you know, perk of being a YouTube reviewer that knows people associated with Toy Dojo. All right, well, let's kick it off with
This Week in Repaints.
all right. So kicking it off, this was announced. It's up for pre-order from all the big retailers. This is the Generation Selects DK2 Guard. What an original name! I guess Diaclone 2 Guard. But essentially, it is just the Diaclone black repaint of Ironhide. I like it. I'm not sure. Not sure I dig the red face per se, but I the more I see it, the more it's grown on me. I definitely like the fact that he's got like the van detailing going on here with the gold and orange stripe. I think that looks pretty good. I wish they painted the rims. Generation Selects, maybe put on some new wheels. Maybe give us like a pre-tool for that Studio Series 86 Ironhide.
But they know you're going to buy it.
I think he should have been the old mold because those were the real drones.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I never even got my hands on the Ratchet or the Ironhide, so I'm like, nah.
Here's your chance to get something you're unsatisfied with.
I really think they're going to do a Studio Series 86, and I think they'll slap some new wheels on it. They're doing the minor
billowing out of the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would actually be pretty
That
cool,
was
to be
proud.
honest. If they did that for him and Prowl, I mean, that's how you get people to double dip.
Well, they would have to sell them without the head.
Not necessarily. It could just be a snap-on effects piece, like kind of like what they do for the Cyberverse Deluxes.
Oh yeah. I'm sure
Yeah,
I didn't have a head left after you got
We
shot.
got enough freaking Magnuses out of that. Okay,
Oh.
I do not need to see another Magnus.
They'll do a Diaclone. They'll do Delta, and I guarantee they'll reuse. I think that the Shattered Glass line is going to continue through Pulse, and I guarantee we'll probably get a Shattered Glass Hot Rod and Rodimus through that. I'd almost guarantee it.
Well, we know you're buying this, so
yes, I'm going to get
exciting.
this. I know it's very exciting for me.
I
review out
absolutely.
after the show, please.
I think he will. But yeah,
I'm gonna have one too when I get them.
Yet another Generations Selects Legacy figure. This one is a repaint, but we don't have any pictures of it. This one comes courtesy of Voltrace over on the TFW boards, and they found a Target listing for a new red card Legacy figure. This one is actually rumored to be a red version of, I believe, Cog. You know, keeping up with that whole Target repaints have to be red. And the rumor is that the higher price point is that it's going to come with an accessory pack similar to the Centurion drone. So, be interesting to see what comes in there. Again, listing for this one, but just you know, all we have to go off of right now is the rumor and the listing. Also, this one is kind of interesting and odd. There is another listing that was discovered at Target, and this is for a buzzworthy Bumblebee Legacy Voyager Dinobot. I'm assuming this is most likely Swoop. What do you guys think? Or it could also be some, at the Voyager price point, it could be a Dinobot repaint.
I'm going to
But I
say
don't-
it's a repaint.
I'm gonna say repaint.
You think that they're going to do Swoop as a leader?
No,
That's-
if they're gonna do Swoop. Swoop's gonna be an 88 Studio 88.
No, but he
So
means
Studio
as
86.
would it be a leader class like the other Dinobots have been, or would Swoop be a
I think he's going to be a leader.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a leader too. I don't think he's going to be a leader in size, but in tooling.
Yeah, just
That's what she
because.
said. I know.
I mean, it could. I wouldn't say that Swoop would be a leader in tooling. It's one of the more simple transformations for a Dinobot. But at the same time, they're also taking the Studio Series 86 stuff and like Cup and Cliff Jumper. And it's, I believe I saw a rumor for Wheeljack. Again, that Wheeljack mold's pretty tired at this point. But they're roping some of those in there.
I'm blatantly gonna say this is Dino. It's gonna be Beast Wars Dinobot.
It'd be nice if they do a more tune accurate deco, but
No, it's
Yeah.
just gonna be.
they might also just hit
What
us
if
with
it's Transmetal 2 Dinobot?
I doubt they do that. That would have to be a whole new mold, and that would be a strange one to do for Bumblebee, or buzzworthy Bumblebee. I think,
But these legacies have all been just that old figures being redone. It's nothing
Right.
new for these.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of what I'm saying. There's no
I-
reason this would be Swoop. There's
What Dinobots at a $20? Is it 20? No, it's 31.
$31.
So yeah,
So
so
it's
it's
It's going to be Beast Wars Dinobot.
so it's going to be
repaint.
it's going to be Beast Wars Dino.
Uninterested.
yeah. Next.
until you see, yeah. I guess like my last word on it is, if it is, I would be willing to bet it would either be like a toy deco of Dinobot like they did for Black Arachnia, would seem to make the most sense. Next up, hey, you guys know there's cheap Transformers you'll often see in the boxes at Walgreens. Well, apparently they ain't done yet, but this is interesting.
Cyber
doing-
Battalion?
What's that?
Cyber Battalion?
Cyber Battalion. I guess these are also, you see them at like Big Lots and whatnot.
Oh, these are the Evergreen.
The Evergreen, yeah.
I've never
They
seen
have
them on
an
the
RC coming out and a Wheeljack, and I don't know why.
That's
Wheeljack.
Wheeljack?
No,
I
the
thought it was
Wheeljack's up here. Of course, I don't know why the image isn't popping up. Scroll down a bit. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with their image up here. But,
Authentics. That's what they're called.
Yeah, the Authentics. But yeah, they're coming out with an RC and a Wheeljack. I believe there's better pictures here. I pulled this from
Oh, that
Sabertron.
looks, from what I can see, that looks very toy accurate.
Yeah, it looks like a shrunk down version of RC. What's interesting, and the only reason I pull this one up is because she doesn't have much of a backpack. What they did was they put all of the car on her feet. You can see it there. Yeah. See, can I embiggen this?
Man, that's her hood too. I can't even make a junk in the trunk joke.
Yeah, so it's like the hood is the backpack, and then the back of the car actually becomes the feet, which for what these are isn't terrible. It's not going to replace RC on anybody's shelf, but
Is that Barricade?
I believe so. Yeah, that is Barricade.
Okay, cool. I'm not buying a single one of them.
What a
And,
great collection for the kiddies.
Next up, this one's only worth talking about simply because I think they're trying to build. Of course, here we go.
Red
That
Gifs?
Grimlock-
That's something totally different.
Yeah, that is something totally different.
I get
too.
comments on that Grimlock review from parents thanking me for showing them how to transform it.
Again, normally we don't talk about these, but I think it's interesting that Optimus Primal is getting a rescue bot, and I'm assuming they're just prepping his character up for Rise of the Beast. But yeah, the Bumblebee and the Prime I think are old, but they're coming out with a Grimlock and a Optimus Primal. This Optimus Primal is actually kind of neat. I think I've got a couple of nephews that are young enough that when birthdays roll around, it'd be fun to give them this. But it's cool to see Beast Wars characters kind of getting included in on the rescue bots. I'm willing to bet that Rise of the Beast will probably see a crap ton of Optimus Primal merchandise. But we'll get into the big news for the normal Transformer stuff. That being Legacy has already hit store shelves in France. So there is someone in Twitter in France, or not Twitter in France,
In the
but
Twitter,
a French Twitter user found Blaster and Bulkhead. Twitter. Yeah, French Twitter user found
in the
Blaster
Twitter. The
and
fanboy
Bulkhead.
seem bitter. Guys post memes so they can. I can't finish it off.
So yeah, these have hit retail. I'm not sure what store this is.
Like Toys R Us.
Is Jove Club in Saint Julien, France, for €29.99. But I believe that same user picked up the Bulkhead and the Blaster. Initially, I was like looking at it. I was like, "Does Blaster have yellow eyes?" It was just the compression in the video, but we get a good look at Bulkhead here in hand.
I'm not hating Bulkhead.
I think the in-hand shots look pretty good, to be honest. And it's funny to me that someone found the figure legitimately at retail and beat Prime versus Prime to the punch on the Bulkhead review. To me, that's like poetic justice here. Or Chefitron. Mark 44 says, "Can we get an Omega Sentinel repaint?" I think we'll see one in Legacy, to be honest. And having Blaster, he's a pretty decent sized Voyager, so it gives me a good idea of how big the Bulkhead's going to be, and I'm pretty happy with the size of him there.
I am happy Bulkhead has bulk. I mean, we were talking with one of our groups about that X-Transbots Bulkhead, that it looks like Bulkhead who has just finished going on keto. This has... I never did get that Bulkhead.
I have him. I have the U.S. release. That's the
first edition.
Japanese one.
That's the first edition mold versus the...
I think that's a pretty good size for a modern Voyager, to be honest, because that Bulkhead, the first edition one, was a pretty decent size.
I never saw him.
Showing him armed up with Peletrix. Now, apparently he has Minicon ports on him.
I like that picture. Oh yeah, go to that picture of the bot mode. Not down. Well, that looks good, but okay. Up that one.
This
down one. No, down to the
down.
right. That one.
This one.
Down one.
That's
that one.
Okay.
I just kind of, I don't know why I like that that weapon storage. Well,
it's cool. It's good use.
It looks like it's transporting something important.
Yeah,
exactly. It has a very organic look to it. This figure is, well, kind of growing on me in the right ways.
Yeah. I'm guessing we'll see Micromasters just become Minicons in this line. We'll bring back that faction.
I want to see the picture of Blaster riding on top of him.
Here we go. Whee!
I hear dogs.
Yeah, the neighbor. They gotta go pee every hour, I guess.
Shame they didn't transform the first edition Bulkhead to show it compared. But it looks like he has a pretty straightforward transformation.
I'm not
Really?
hating. I am not hating this one.
Only things that I wish it had, I wish he had like the star on the side of him, like Bulkhead traditionally does. And
Reprobables to the
I wish
rescue.
that I wish he had painted rims. Is the other thing.
Reprobables to the rescue.
Yeah, no, toy hacks will do them, and then
I mean, that's still an extra 15 to $20 on top of a figure that's creeping up in price as is.
yeah, we're gonna talk about that later in the show. But like I was saying, like when we first saw this guy, I think that the biggest factor is that the toy photography on the initial reveals was bad, and I think seeing somebody pose the figure around, have fun with it, play with it. I like that the top turns into like an armored blast shield here. I've noticed that he has like the window in it before.
Like a riot shield.
Yeah. So.
And then if they're really clever, they'll change the head and turn him into a Studio Series movie Hound.
I could see that.
Hound should have been Bulkhead, I think.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's a lot of characters that should have been other characters.
I can definitely see that. Or they'll paint him. Well, nah, they probably wouldn't do that.
All right, next.
All right, well, that does it for our Transformers news. Again, it's kind of scant. But what wasn't scant was the Fans First Friday last week. We got a G.I. Joe centric.
I sent you a third party, too.
Oh, we do have one. Okay, well,
I just sent you one that I really, really like.
All right, well, we'll pull up Matt's third
Well,
party.
if Matt likes it, it has to be good. No, really, Matt's got good taste.
I'm gonna pull up Chrome over here.
I'm not arguing.
All right. And I don't argue with you, as you know.
Sometimes you do.
Sometimes. But when you're right, you're right.
Okay. I'd been leaving and intentionally leaving kind of the new age and the Magic Square stuff, because all I ever hear from anybody anymore is I'm getting out of Legends.
But this guy's
When I
That is
saw this in the group chat, I thought that was just Quietus.
look at it. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It is. There's something to be said about how metallic paint works on a figure.
Makes it pop. This figure, this Cyclonus. And now you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Has there ever been a Cyclonus figure that's had an ab crunch?
I thought. See, I know. I can't remember if Elagos did or not. Somebody that's chat, keep me honest here. Did Elagos have an ab crunch? The X-Trans bots? I don't think Quietus does.
He does not.
Well, Quietus does not.
Yeah.
But this guy does. He does have an ab crunch. And there it is right there, by the way. And two guns, and thank God New Age's alternate action hands finally look good. Like anybody that owns some older or even some more recent New Age figures knows that their action hands are super splayed out and very specific.
Yeah.
Where those action hands are actually good. And yeah, he's got a goatee like me, so we're goatee buddies.
These would look good with a HasLab Unicron. Got to give it that.
So I just wanted to mention this. He was he was announced back at TFCon. We knew about him, but we didn't have any actual solicitation pictures, so they came out this week. And there was also a clear version of the Prime, which I know Baldwin's just super fucking losing his shit over. He's gonna get it. He's gonna be super happy with it, and that'll be that. Dare 27 says no ab crunch on Elagos.
Okay, I couldn't remember. I it's been so long since I packed mine up and sold it, which I couldn't remember. I like that figure a lot.
Did Matt get you that too?
No, he did not.
Were those purple potatoes?
Yes, I think they were.
Which it's funny. I actually transformed that figure to get it back on my shelf, and everybody complained about the transformation. When I first got it, I was able to transform him into the ship mode and back, and then I found myself unable to transform him, and it took me like a fucking hour and a half to transform my purple potato back into a ship mode.
Why do they have 3 of them?
Because they're flexing.
That's not any movie accurately done.
They got the wrong armada?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what has ab crunch? This.
Oh, the animated one.
Shockwave.
No, that's long arm. Prime.
Not when he's purple.
All right,
God.
that's it. I'm satisfied.
Here's
All
one
right. Well, now we can get into our Joe news. We had our fans first Friday, and these are all all renders. But we got some figures we knew were coming, and a couple surprises here. We get Tomax and Zamont, and I think these look pretty good. I hope to God they're a 2-pack.
I never noticed the fact that he's got a Cobra face crotch guard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They went super classic with their outfit, but they didn't put them into the classic line. That's crazy. Their outfits are like spot on with the original.
I think these look absolutely great. I'm not sure about the hair though.
Unless renders, they might make it better.
I mean, I recall them having like kind of longer hair, like yeah,
Very 80s.
yeah.
I think they did in the comic. Not in the show so much, I don't
No, in
believe.
the show, their hair was longer than this. I'll pull it up. We'll do a side by side here.
Yeah, they
Well,
definitely had the.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the 80s in sync.
It's not the 80s, but I don't know if these are part of the retro card wave or not, or if they're just going to be regular classified.
They're regular.
Yeah,
Cards are going to be Lady J, Baroness, and Deathstroke.
I hope that they make the quad, that quad that the Cobra guys had, because didn't they come packaged with one? One of them come packaged with it, I thought. Way back in the day.
I can't remember.
Or at least they were in the commercial for the quads.
Yeah.
I remember them riding it on the cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, them in the quad was absolutely like tied together.
We get our look at Stalker here. I think he looks pretty good. I'd love to see what accessories these come with, though. That's, I think, the biggest challenge of and again, it leaves a little bit of hype. They're just renders, but it'd be cool to see. I'm kind of curious what kind of accessories Stalker's going to come with.
They are going to have a long knife and a gun. You probably will have a handgun and a knife and a sniper rifle.
Yeah, I hope it has like a tripod gimmick on there. That'd be pretty cool.
I mean, that's a good thing about the classified series, movie figures notwithstanding, is they've never been skimping on accessories.
Yeah. Well, the Stalker, didn't he come with that? He came with like a it was almost like an Uzi with a huge magazine on it.
That's true too. If you go and look at the original releases, that the classified series accessories so closely match what you got before that you could probably guess based on the old figures.
Yeah. But I can definitely tell by the holsters that he comes with a knife and a handgun.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, the old Stalker I thought came with like a almost like a machete.
No, he came out. I'm looking at it right now. Sergeant Stalker. He had a machine gun with a large clip.
Okay,
and,
so that's right.
And a stock. Then he had a pistol and a dagger.
Okay.
And he also had a harness pack. I like that. That one's got the long scarf though.
Yeah. Then we get Baroness.
Up that close.
That's just a repaint.
Yeah, this is the same Baroness we got with the Cobra Coil. Didn't they say in the Fan First Friday that she has like a new digital face print? and then she's got glossy black paint on the armor.
I'll be honest, I didn't listen to the. I looked at the pictures. I didn't listen to the live cast.
Yeah, I think they said she has new makeup. Whatever.
Yeah,
That's the thing. Is like these retros right here. They are slightly tweaked, but I mean, I've got the other ones. Heck, I've got 2 of those particular Baroness figures. If anyone needs an extra one, let me know.
Well, I mean, that's the kind of the nice part, though, is like you get to a point where you're like, hey, I already have this. I'm good. I already have the version of the character I want. I'm good.
It looks like her face might be slightly different.
Yeah.
Is her mouth slightly open?
I can't tell. I mean, they highlight the armor here. Oh no, you can.
Yeah, I
see
think
the
I
teeth.
see teeth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be the same face because she definitely had her mouth slightly open, and yeah, it's the same face.
And she got them strong jaws.
And single-jointed elbows.
Yeah. Lady J, I think she's just coming with the hat. Didn't they say she's coming with slightly different weapons? Like she's more.
No, they said she had blue eyeshadow like the cartoon.
Yeah, she's got 80s inspired makeup.
Matt would know. Matt's a little better with accessories than I am, apparently.
Yeah, she's got the different deco on the hat.
I think the face looks slightly different as well.
Yeah.
I have 2 Lady J's already. So
she's like clogging up any Target I go to. It's like they finally sold out of Flint's. And when I went to Walmart today, the Walmart I went to had I want to say 8 Lady J's, and that was the only thing they had for G.I. Joe. So
bye, Lady J.
Yep, go get extras. Do troop building.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Get
all
yourself
the movie
a harem of J's.
All the movie stuff seems to have kind of run its course, except for now Scarlet and Makiko. Is it Makiko? I can't remember.
I see the Baroness too.
I almost skipped over Destro. So yeah, classic carded Destro. Looks good. But again, it's this kind of the same Destro.
He has a new eyebrow.
It's got the eyebrows.
I might skip him. I was excited at first, but then I have to remember that I got the Mezco on pre-order.
That is true. That is definitely true.
Is the belt different?
No, I don't think. I think they put the Mars logo on it.
Yeah. Gung Ho, I think this Gung Ho looks a lot better than the one we initially got.
Tattoo looks better.
Yeah.
Him, I'm gonna get. I like that vest.
Yeah, I like how they picked out the shells and the grenades.
Yeah, the thing about that Destro though is that he's hard to get. So
that's true.
We're talking about Lady J's clogging up the shelves. The Destro and especially the first wave or so first 2 waves really were out at a time when it was hard to get. That we're only now seeing this current wave clogging everything up, where I think people will be happy to get a Destro. Or
Duke and Snake Eyes, and especially that revision of Snake Eyes where you can actually sheath the knife. Like, I wanted to replace mine with that.
The repaint Roadblock, I never saw him.
Yeah, I saw the repaint Roadblock more than anything else. But
I never got the repaint Scarlet.
The ones that didn't have the gold knee pads.
Oh, this is something I want that I know I won't be able to get.
Well, this should be on Pulse.
It will last. Yes, it will sell for Pulse members first and be sold out before it gets out to the other ones.
I tell you what, Dave. If it is a 2 per customer, I will order you one.
Okay, I will pay, and I will PayPal you as soon as I get paid that week.
No, you just PayPal me when it ships.
That too.
When it ships, that's when they charge me.
Yeah. Everybody should just get Pulse because they know they're going to have good exclusive now.
I have a love-hate relationship with it because it's like, on one hand, it's like the membership hasn't really done much for me, but there are certain things like the Shattered Glass stuff I was able to get. And when it comes to convention exclusives, I guess it's paid for itself there because like I didn't have any issues getting convention exclusives last year. So There was like no pain to it. It was just, hey, it's here, order it. And then the year before, it was a big pain in the ass because like they threw Pulse Premium at everybody, and like when the Ghostbusters Optimus came up, it was like there for 5 minutes, and then they're like, oh, check back in tomorrow. So I was only able to buy the Ghostbusters Optimus with like everybody else as a Pulse Premium member. It didn't do jack shit for me. But I
You had to
will
buy
say,
with the rest of the peasants.
yes, I will say in 2022, or I'm sorry, 2021, it was useful for me, and they do have the store exclusives on there. I was able to any store exclusive that I wanted to get a pre-order in for, I could. The only thing I hate about Pulse, I was telling you guys in the chat, is that well, in our show chat, is that like when you're going through your orders, they don't tell you in the like when you go through to like browse all the stuff that you've pre-ordered or purchased, they don't tell you what it is on your like your orders page. So it's like when you go on Amazon, you click on my orders, and you see all the stuff that you've placed an order for, and it'll have like what the product is. You actually have to click on view order to see what it is. Like it's the most.
There's no preview.
Yeah, it's so backwards. It's like, I'm trying to go through and figure out like, okay, hey, when's this coming? When's that coming? It's you have to catalog it yourself. But
Unfortunately, a lot of websites work like that. I think BBTS shows you a preview, but like
BBTS
even
does.
the bigger name brand places like Mezco, you have to actually click on your order to see what it actually is.
Inutabi, I think the Alley Viper and bats are going to be easier to find because I've seen them at 3 places so far.
They're definitely restocking. Go to the store, the actual store. Often, if you didn't already pre-order, which I think everybody should have them on pre-order.
Yeah, I think BBTS still has them, and Entertainment Earth still has them. Amazon will probably.
You just gotta wait for the slow boat, but they'll get there.
Yeah. And I think, like I said, the Viper, the Alley Viper, man, that's in my opinion. I love the bat. I absolutely love the bat, but the Alley Viper really shocked me with how much crap it comes with. I think it comes with more than the Cobra Island Trooper did.
But does it have more than the Red Ninja?
Well, in terms of like pieces, yeah, it comes with way more than the Red Ninja.
Yeah.
Like
I think it comes with the most. It's the only regular release that comes with so much stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you get removable clips on 2 of the rifles. You get a crossbow attachment for the shotgun. You get a pistol. You get 2 knives.
The
shield. Of course, the shield and the visor.
The backpack.
Backpack. It's like super heavy.
Then there's a whole separate gun behind this that you don't see.
Yeah, I think it's the heaviest of all of the GI Joe classified figures. Like this thing's got some legitimate heft to it. But yeah, let's talk about this Viper 3-pack. I want it. As soon as the pre-orders go up, I'll try and get one from me and Dave. I only think I need one of these. I have I think I have 2 of the regular Cobra Island Vipers, and then I've got 2 of the are they the Python Patrol Vipers that are coming out?
Yeah,
they're coming out. Yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah,
they look. I like the look of them. They look better than the Python Patrol bats.
Yeah. So yeah, and God, the Python Patrol bats, like I think the worst part about it is that chest plate. I'm gonna leave those chest plates off of them because it just looks so cheesy and toyetic.
Look weird. It looks like he has on a shirt.
Yeah, like with the logo, and it just like yeah.
I think
but
I have
these.
I want these 2.
Yeah, these look cool. Like I could see like this dude here being like the lead, and these guys just kind of blending in and just having like nice varied Vipers on my shelf is going to look really cool. Really curious to see what kind of accessories these come with. I'm guessing it's probably just going to be a retread of what we got before, but I'm hopeful that hopeful these will be plentiful. I'm hoping that they don't make these like scarce. I want this to be like, some of the Marvel Legends troop builders where, hey, you can go in and get them, like the Putty Patrol was, where, hey, it's here for like a month. Anybody that wants it can come in and grab a couple of them.
Yep.
Kev says, I'll take 5 of those 3 packs. Hopefully you can get them, no problem. That's the other thing too. Is like for anybody that just like wants to come in and say, hey, I want to troop build these. Like hopefully Hasbro is smart enough to just say, hey, money on the table and make them.
Hopefully.
3, 5.
What was it? I saw Big Bad Toy Store was doing that Hellfire Trooper for $40 freaking bucks.
Yeah, and that was a $15 release. I think like all the influencers that Hasbro is starting to work with, like we've seen him work with The Amazing.
Best thing ever.
Yeah, and it's a great collaboration. I just would love to see Hasbro like not only work with more influencers, but say like an influencer could come and say, Hasbro, are you aware that if you guys just put this back up on Pulse, you churned out a couple hundred more, people are now willing to pay $45 for this figure that you were just selling for 15. It boggles the mind sometimes. I guess we can talk about it. I couldn't find the news story, but we got word that the MSRP is going to be kicked up to $24.99 for Marvel Legends in 2022. This is following
all our figures that used to be $19.99.
Right. They went up to $22.99 last year, and I understand the cost of things. I understand that they want to deliver a high quality product, but right on the heels there, I think it's unnecessary to do it right away. I think that there's ways.
It's all about the freight. Freight's what's killing everybody right now.
Well, I understand it's about the freight, but there's ways around it. Like, hey, make smaller packaging, fit more of these in a box.
If the container situation is insane right now in Asia.
Well, sure, and I completely get it, but if you make like, we'll just pull up this Alley Viper here.
Oh no, I know. I'm just telling you, it's nothing to do with the product or the cost of the product right now.
Well, he's saying that you get more bang for your buck if you can ship more per box.
Correct.
Right. But I'm just telling you right now, I've got product right now where it's costing more to ship it than the actual product in the container.
Sure, but if you can ship double the amount of figures in a freight, like what they did for the Fortnite figures, where you don't even see the accessories, they're just wrapped up in paper in the box. Like that's a smart move. It sucks. It's as far as like a collector product is concerned, it's kind of chintzy, but I wish that they would kind of understand, hey, in this economy, we may hurt ourselves, because the cost of everything else is going up. So, obviously people are going to be buying less toys. If you say, hey, we're going to figure out ways to beat this without having to do a second price increase, because there's so much wasted space in these boxes. And I know they're trying to do like the eco-friendly packaging. If they were to commit to that, and it sucks because of shrink, but if they were to commit to that, I think they could make the packages a whole hell of a lot smaller, double or in some cases more than double what they ship in a box, and that could help them bypass some of the freight issues.
I think they like money.
I think they do too.
I agree, but
a lot of places are saying, "Oh, there's shortages and we're raising the price right now, but we're going to bring it back down." They're not going back down.
They're not bringing it back
it's
down.
Not transitory. It's here to stay. I mean, we've never seen prices go down, save for Walmart. Walmart for a long time decided that Transformers were still $16 there, and that lasted for
these are still $19.99 at a lot of places.
At Target. Yeah. Oz Newton says shipping problems are not Hasbro could do better, and I'm kind of inclined to agree, seeing how Mattel's been doing and how McFarlane's been doing. Like, we're in a chat with TM Reviews, and he's in the stores quite a lot, finding a lot of stuff, and there's never, he's up in the New York area. There's never a shortage of McFarlane or Masters of the Universe. I constantly see Mattel stuff going on clearance.
Which, by the way, Mattel got the Disney license back.
They did.
I'm happy for them.
Yeah, so I mean, they got the Disney Princesses license back, and then Disney also extended the Star Wars license for Hasbro.
And announced a new IP that they were, a new figure line.
Ooh.
Indiana Jones.
Well, wait, didn't Hasbro have that previously? Because for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, they were...
We don't talk about that.
For that crappy
we don't talk about that.
fourth movie, but I have a bad feeling about this fifth movie. If you saw what I did there.
I won't be buying them. I'll just look at them like I look at the Jurassic Park stuff.
And the
I have a feeling.
I don't know. They put the same type of love in that they put for a Lightning collection or a G.I. Joe figure into a young Indiana Jones figure with the phototech realism that they've got for the Han Solos. I'm gonna need one. I'm gonna need at least one Indiana Jones for my photography.
I think having like a Indiana Jones would be great, but I just know, the way they tend to do these Lucasfilm lines, they're going to focus on the new movie. We're going to have like
They would be an idiot not to do a young Indy.
Well, if they can get the likeness. There's multiple young Indies. Can
I borrow that Han Solo mold real quick?
How many characters?
Oh, you mean young Harrison Ford? Yeah, they're fine there. I thought you were talking about like Joaquin Phoenix or something.
Give me a young Indy. Give me.
Yeah.
If they can have the license, as I'm looking at the catalog of how many Solos from.
Yeah, but I mean,
the
actor
Star Wars stuff right
Benjamin.
now. Hardly.
Jedi Mindset brings up a good point here too. He said NECA is able to make decent figure with a lot of accessories and comes in a great looking box, and it's still super affordable.
You say that NECAs are going up to $35-$40.
I think
that's way more money than Hasbro already.
Yeah, I think if they I don't know. I mean, at least with NECA, I see like the paint, I see the sculpt, I see the accessories.
Dude, I got 3 shelves of NECA.
I think Hasbro still like NECA appeals to collectors. They appeal to people that are gonna spend the money. They have a baked-in audience. I think the thing, I guess, my roundabout thing was, hey, you go up to 25 for a 6-inch action figure. I think you're gonna have a hard time getting the casual audience to do those impulse buys.
Yeah.
And I think that's, as you constantly hear stuff about the action figure market, I think it's a scary precedent, because then they're going to say, oh, sales suck, we're going to have to raise the prices again.
But you also got to consider too that they're not getting the impulse buying from the parents and kids anymore. That's not their market, really. I mean, let's not fool ourselves. We're their market now for most of these figures.
We
tolerate an awful lot of price gouging.
We say that, but then whenever releases come out, they'll say stuff like, and I can't, I don't have the article in hand, but I remember reading something like, I think Agent H said as much, that like collectors are only something like 15% of their market.
Hold on, I got to address a comment. In there. Oz, trust me, I'm somebody in the retail industry. I am seeing this stuff firsthand. I am seeing the numbers. I am seeing the freight charts on here. It is not an excuse. Sorry, I had to address that.
I've seen the numbers. I've seen how much something from China costs, but I just think that again,
our company imports directly. It's
sure.
insane.
I just think that I think they could do better. I think they could say, hey, we're going to redesign the packaging, so in this box, instead of fitting 8 figures, we can now fit 16.
Yeah,
That's
you're
not gonna,
saying if you know your shipping cost and you know it's going
yeah.
to increase, you need to build, you need to adjust your business model
Oh,
around that,
they've actually increased shipping costs mid shipment.
and not
Yeah.
just jack prices up.
Yeah.
And I think too, it's a golden opportunity for Hasbro to take some of their stuff like G.I. Joe and Transformers, stuff that they don't necessarily have to pay a license on. And I understand Marvel and Star Wars are important. Indiana Jones and Ghostbusters are there too, but hey, this is the time to make those franchises shine. And
Yeah, they own Power Rangers too.
Power Rangers is another one, because they outright bought Saban.
I forget that Power Rangers exist because I haven't seen a case on
They
the
just
shelf.
put out a new Love
forever.
of Lightning.
Well, I've only seen Pudgy Pig, and I know iGuy is starting to hit.
I don't see anything on the shelf except
I saw 4
Ooh,
Pudgy
the Pope.
Pigs today.
Yeah, I see Pudgy Pig all the time.
I've
Hopefully
seen
he
them in
goes on
Walmart too.
clearance,
Oh wait,
and
with
then
Herbert Action figures.
I can buy one for Lex, and she'll stop trying to steal mine, because for whatever reason she loves this design. No idea why. She's like, I want that pig. I was like, but
Well, my problem is I've been going to the same Target every day all week.
And then the minute you don't,
I'm going to go there and see what's left of some character that wave that I want. But Target is doing that dumb thing where this is the only guy from this whole wave that I saw.
Yeah, I saw him today too, but I thought it'd be too long to buy him by himself.
Who is that, T?
Wong.
Oh.
It's like, where is, I know people have been saying America Chavez, but
so
they could just release the whole wave at once.
So yeah, while we're talking about that too, it's like with the Age of Apocalypse and Eternals waves, we saw some weird stuff, and we've seen it with the retro Spider-Man and retro Fantastic Four, where like the one Target near me, near Matt and I, you can go in there. They have literally 24 Mr. Fantastics, and that's all. No High Evolutionary, no Johnny Storm, no Invisible Woman, no Thing, just 24 Mr. Fantastics. And you often see this with Transformers too. Like, there'll be people that never see a figure, and then you'll see a Target or a Walmart that has an end cap full of Earthrise Megatrons, Quintessons, Slag was one of them. Like, I only saw Slag once in the store. I never saw Grimlock from Studio Series 86, and yet you'll occasionally see like somebody like their Walmart apparently got all of them. So I feel like, and I understand there's shipping issues, but I just feel like they could do better getting this stuff to stores. Whereas with Mattel products, I always see decent allocations with McFarlane. There's never been the only McFarlane figure I can say that I never saw in the store was the armored version of Darkseid. That's the only one.
Saw it once, and T-Man convinced me not to buy it, and then immediately said it was the better figure.
I mean, I got one as a gift from No Effort or Effortlessly Random, and I have it. I'm like, okay, I don't need the armored one, but that's just literally the only one I've never seen. Technically, I haven't seen Swamp Thing yet, but I mean, he's just now starting to hit.
I saw you in Randallstown.
Yeah, there's just so many Hasbro products that I've never personally seen on a store shelf, and it just it boggles my mind sometimes. Whereas other lines just don't have that issue. I mean, NECA can, but NECA is also subject to scalpers, and it also depends on what you're looking for, because I think Ninja Turtles fans are just fucking hungry for TMNT products.
Shada says he saw 9 armored Spider-Man. And that's it from the wave. When it's in
Yeah.
Target, I don't even consider it a wave because they get a wave. They get a whole case of armored
Of one
Spider-Man.
figure.
So,
Yeah.
little
Target by my
anecdotal.
place only ever got Mr. Fantastic and Thing from the Fantastic Four wave. They only got Cyclopses and Rogues, and that was it from the Age of Apocalypse wave.
Yeah, I
It was
thought that Rogue was going to be hard to find, but that
Yeah,
shit
she's
is like
all
they're papering the walls with that thing, man.
Never
The only
I never saw Kitty Pryde though. I had to order her from GameStop. Never saw her in a store.
I saw her a few times. But
Rogue, Magneto, and Cyclops. Those are the only 3
Yeah.
from that wave I've ever seen.
Yeah, Cyclops is stacked everywhere.
I'm
too.
waiting. I'm waiting for Cyclops to hit like $10, and then I'll get them to go with my
They're on clearance now.
$16.50.
Yeah,
I'm pulling a
just
hand on this.
yeah. No, I'm with you. And they'll, it's
I've
like
got the
like
Cyclops,
Bitcoin.
but-
Wait till it bottoms out.
And so that's I guess one closing thing here too is that in 2021 we saw a lot of weird clearances on Hasbro products, especially through Target. And again, like, hey, Hasbro, listen to your influencers, because like the Infinity Saga stuff, which was a lot of great figures, and I still have this Iron Man here, and I think Matt, you got $7.94.
Yep.
This
I
sold.
saw a video about that. I saw a video of why that happened.
Oh, why did it happen?
Because what happened was they would use the same SKU or that same for the entire run. So when those when the very first ones got on closeout, they pretty much put the entire batch on the closeout as far as the computer system goes.
That makes sense.
I
mean,
that
not really, but yeah, I get the reasoning there.
I think Hasbro also kind of has a Target problem. Again, I don't know if Target's
Hasbro
losing
has
the
a
money.
Target problem.
But I don't know if Hasbro's losing the money or Target's losing the money. But more often than not, we see weird
Target
shit
is.
come out of Target where
No,
Target
Target's losing money. They give Hasbro the money. They're like, Hasbro, here, Hasbro, have $5 million, give us exclusives and things like that. And Hasbro's like, here you go. And then they get it, and Target's the one mismanaging the distribution of them. They're sitting in warehouses, and they get pulsed out whenever they can. Hasbro doesn't care. Hasbro got paid.
Yeah.
They got paid for X product. They gave them X product. What they do with that product?
What I get this guy for $24 for the 2-pack, and then the Ironmonger.
Oh,
I think I got him for $24. And then in my garage, I still have the Happy Hogan and Midas I got for like $8.
I just didn't want either of those figures.
I like the idea of having a Jon Favreau action figure.
I still need to get a Heavy Mandalorian. I never did get one of those.
I didn't either.
I had him. I wanted that credit collection one, and even when Best Buy had it on sale, I just passed on it. I still have. I'm probably going to sell the credit collection Mandalorian. I forgot to cancel, but he hasn't really hopped up in price. But yeah, I think that there's. I mean, my take on it is, even with the shipping stuff, I think that there's a lot of stuff Hasbro can do to not pass the buck to their customers, especially right now where people are, gas prices are up, food prices are up.
A lot of that packaging commitment, a lot of those packaging that was committed a year ago. You got to remember.
Well, I understand that. The eco packaging was something that's been in the works since
for years,
pre-pandemic, because I remember us talking about it.
It didn't start getting into it. It hasn't been started implemented. Fortnite's the first thing that's been implemented with, and now apparently Legacy, and the Bumblebee stuff.
Yeah, the Bumblebee stuff was I think
it's not a verse.
Yeah,
but
remember when they did the paper ties on everything, like way back in the day, and then they went back on that?
Yeah,
that was weird.
Because they did the paper ties right after.
Like, remember that? It's craziness, that crazy stuff.
Because I remember, like, they had some thick ass, heavy duty, twisty ties, like up until Armada.
Armada had them, believe me, because I still have blisters from untwist tying Unicron. Believe me, Armada. I remember Armada had them. I think Energon had them. Maybe it was the Cybertron that stopped.
I'll tell you my favorite use for those
Spider-Man webs.
was I know I collected them throughout Beast Machines, and I made like the harness for Megatron with them, with that crappy Megatron, the too small dragon Megatron, but he was the only one that had the cloak. So I actually made a harness for him.
I would make
that,
another good third-party figure now I think about it.
Yeah, I hope that company Zhejiang, I hope that they're like cooking one up. All right.
No, I do not work for Hasbro. Believe me, I would love to.
If Dave worked for Hasbro, I think we'd be a lot more connected on figure action. All right.
Return my calls.
So, any of you guys getting the Super 7 Silverhawks?
No.
Is Ramen Toys on your radar?
No.
All right. So Ramen Toys.
They did a good. I just can't pay $50 a figure.
Ramen Toys is doing 1/12 scale Silverhawks.
Now they're on my radar.
So
these are an alternative, actually licensed. Again, what's that?
I didn't know they were licensed.
Yeah,
yeah,
these are licensed.
The Centurions weren't licensed, but these apparently are.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, I want them. Look at
that. Retail on these is $90.
No.
Yeah, it's $90, but all the accessories are there. There's no chrome. These look like they are a lot more posable than the Super 7 Ultimates. Not to say the Super 7 Ultimates aren't posable.
Anything more posable than them.
Yeah. These are going with a more modern aesthetic than a Toon aesthetic. I wish I had that picture of goddamn, what's the villain's name?
Monstar?
Yeah, Monstar. Like somebody working for Super 7 did a picture of their fist next to the prototype, and that thing is fucking huge.
God, the amount of jokes I saw that, and the amount of jokes I wanted to post on that.
Yeah. If I had to choose between the two, I like this rendition a heck of a lot more. But to be honest, I'm not shelling out $90 for this.
No.
I feel like I feel like if they're throwing that license around, how long before NECA gets it, and you can go get this for $30?
For 35.
I don't see NECA doing this.
Anything's possible now. I mean, if I told you a year ago that NECA was doing gargoyles, you wouldn't have believed me.
Now, if Mattel did this, if Mattel got these, I'd be a little more interested.
Yeah,
just be frank. After the way the way they handled the He-Man license, if Mattel did these guys, then they'd be on my radar. I mean, that face sculpt looks great.
I'm sure their articulation is probably better than Mattel.
Yeah. This looks to me like a lot similar to like what you get from a Figuarts. Johnny Mindset says, love the cartoon, but didn't care too much for the figures. Besides Mirage Shadow I thought the Silverhawks were actually pretty awesome figures when I was a kid. I got mine. I had like damn near the whole line because there was a chain called Lionel Kitty City. And like basically those and the New Adventures of He-Man figures were clearanced out to like $150 a figure. And we're talking like 1989, I think.
Yeah.
1989.
When did the Silverhawks come out?
Like 87, 88.
Yeah, 86. So it was like 1989, 1990, and I remember going in there like you can get whatever you want from this aisle, and I had that, and I had like the New Adventures of He-Man role play weapons, like the Sword of Power. Like you guys remember that? Like it was like a gold Sword of Power with the yellow blade and Skeletor's staff.
I know what you're talking about. It was never my thing, but yeah, I know about it.
No Figma news.
Yeah.
Yeah, no Figma news. All right. Well, next up, we actually have one I'm not sure whether Dave's gonna appreciate this one or not, but it's coming from Storm Collectibles. A Ken the Eagle.
I appreciate Gotcha Man
Yeah.
or
Battle of the
Eagle
Planets
Riders
Mark.
or Battle of the Planets.
So
Just I don't need to buy it. I'm happy.
yeah, this one's also pending approval, but yeah, no release date, no price. But hey, something new from Storm. I want to see more Mortal Kombat in 2022. I know
want more
Kintaro is
Mortal
out next
Kombat.
month.
They're doing Keegan Ashura, which is an anime, and and a manga that I am a huge fan of, but I don't need those figures. But god damn it, if they start doing those Fist of the North Star figures, I'm getting that fist, baby. I mean, I'm
Moving
getting
right along.
They're
Company.
not allowed to release any Mortal Kombat unless it's a ninja.
No, I mean Kintaro comes out in a couple weeks, and I heard Dragon Liu Kang was supposed to come out this year, and they showed off another figure in at least grayscale last year. So, yep.
G-Force. That's the one I forgot. I did Battle of the Planets. I did Eagle Riders. I did Gotcha Man. Yeah, G-Force. Sorry.
So we don't normally cover this scale on figure action, but since it's from 3.0, I just had to toss it in here. A Mark 46 Iron Man coming from 3.0, and it's like if I didn't do Masterpiece, I would have like such a hard time turning down the stuff that this company puts out.
This is 1/6 scale.
Yes, this is a 1/6 scale. If I remember correctly, just
How
confirm
much?
that here. Actually, wait, no, this looks to be 1/12 scale. This is a 6.9-inch figure. Does it say it is? Price hasn't been released just yet.
It's gonna be expensive.
If this is actually a 1/12 scale figure, I'd probably say he's probably in the $120 ballpark. I mean, 3.0 doesn't break the bank on smaller figures.
How much is Bumblebee?
Oh,
60.
Kevin says $100 for Iron Man. I think Bumblebee was about $100.
Well,
I thought he was.
with the new Bumblebee, that little mini Bumblebee.
Yeah, the new one.
That was like 60, 70, $60.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so this guy features LEDs, a whole bunch of panels. This looks pretty damn awesome.
Oh, it looks gorgeous. It looks absolutely gorgeous.
Just the thing I love about them, and so now I have Prime, Soundwave, Bumblebee, Blitzwing. You cannot tell those are toys on a shelf. They look like statues, but the build and the posability. As someone that's handled Flames toys, and look, if you like Flames toys, happy for you. I think they make good looking products. I just, from my hands-on experience, I don't think that they make figures that are fun to handle. And while I wear kid gloves with my 3.0s, I also have the Doom Slayer from Doom 2016 from them. While I wear kid gloves with my figures, at the same time, I have like no fear about the durability of these things. Like I think they're really built to last. And
Which movie is this?
This has got to be. Is this Infinity War or Endgame?
That doesn't look like something nano armor.
I think it's Endgame. Chad will keep me honest here. No, it's not Infinity War.
I want to say that's Iron Man 2.
Here, I will check what the Mark 46 armor was from.
Oh, 46.
Yeah.
The Endgame, it was like 85 or something.
I think. Oh, this is from Civil War.
Age of Ultron.
It's Age of Ultron.
Oh wait, it was created after. Civil War.
Yeah.
And Far From Home. But mostly Civil. That's when he wanted Civil War.
Yeah.
So many freaking armors.
And then going from one company that I I wish I could collect more of. To another company, I wish I could collect more of. We get this Sentinel fighting armor war machine.
I
And,
like, and I don't. It's like that one. It goes past the limit of cool with one accessory.
I like the saluting hand he's got going on.
Those claws have no purpose on there.
You can take them off though.
But I'm just saying, it's like, I don't know why, but those claws just. I mean, it looks a hell of a lot better than the Reveltech.
Oh yeah.
The Reveltech's gorgeous.
Again, this is also a 6.5-inch figure, retailing in at $96.
God damn.
Dude,
Yeah,
Reveltech just broke 100.
No, that's good for Sentinel and all those accessories it comes with.
You know what the claws would work on if they did a Punisher repaint of this for the Game Reverse. I think that would be fitting.
He was like a Swiss Army knife, so claws it is.
All right. Next up, we'll hop into our Todd news. I got to create like a thing for our Todd news here.
I'll worry about. I'll make something for you.
All right. So again, these are some figures we've seen before, some that we haven't. Unmasked variants, and again, this is like my biggest. Well, not my biggest, but this is a huge gripe we've talked about. Is why do these unmasked variants? Why not just have
He wants our
alternate
money.
heads?
I saw the Catwoman the other day, and it does not look bad. I think, T-Man, I think you would like the Catwoman because she reminds me of their old Fortnite figures.
I definitely want a Batman.
I know you don't want this Batman
What's wrong with him?
because he's a statue.
Oh yeah,
He's
yes.
just the pose statue. Do these things sell? Like I again, this is one where it's like the only time I'll see these and then I see them clearanced, and that's the only time I ever see them move.
I think they sell. I never see a lot of the statues.
Yeah, they're always
But
like in
then
the
some
electronics
friends
section.
probably buy them not knowing that they're statues.
Benjamin Whitcomb knows what's up.
Kevin
Kevin is.
Plus, hearing that this movie's going to be 3 damn hours long.
Didn't I heard that they had a 6-hour version or 4-hour version?
Jesus. Just make 2 movies at that point.
I would have made 2 movies and enjoy the box. You already have your movie and your sequel done.
I've complained about the McFarlane disc stands. This I like. Yeah, if you're going to do stands like this.
But I'm
That'll be
pretty
nice.
much passing on this line.
Yeah. Unless the movie ends up being awesome. Like that's that's the only way I'd want any of these. Like, again, it's like the
These
Riddler
are all
designs.
statues right here. Everything
you
you're
sure?
showing us here is a statue.
Oh, that's the statue. That is a statue. Ugh.
Yeah.
That explains why the bases are different.
The bases are different. There are no joints.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. This is not a statue. Here we get
Colin Farrell.
Yeah, not looking like Colin Farrell. I think he'll probably be pretty good in the movie. I think he's a very underrated actor. In Bruges is one of my favorite.
Well, I did not know who that was.
Of course,
I love him in freaking Fright Night.
Huh?
If you have not seen the Fright Night with Colin Farrell, you are missing out a damn fun movie.
Guessing we're getting fused fingers for this penguin.
No, you know why that? Because he can't have a gun.
Well, no, I'm saying we're getting fused fingers for the character, like the Danny DeVito penguin.
No, he has regular hands.
Yeah, he's got regular hands. He's just doing this.
Oh, okay, I see it now.
Because he can't have a gun.
Yeah, they're not going cartoony, I don't think.
Then we get our unmasked variants, which this is a terrible, terrible. I mean, maybe it'll look better in person, but yeah. Catwoman fares a little bit better, but not by much.
Meow. Yeah, I'll have to see her in person because
Yeah.
from these
I
pictures,
said,
I not like the mid section.
I had her in my hand. I put her back on the shelf. Benjamin, it's something that it's this dumbest thing that Warner Brothers has ever done. They have a mandate that none of their action figures can have guns. And of course, they put that mandate out right before Suicide Squad came out. So that means Peacekeeper doesn't have guns. Bloodsport didn't have guns. And of course, they're gun bunny characters. That pretty much put the kibosh on the Storm Collectibles line because they couldn't do their Deathstroke. They couldn't do a Deadshot. They couldn't do a Red Hood because, God damn it, I was so hoping Storm was going to come out with an Injustice Red Hood.
The Revoltech, I know they came out with the Arkham Knight.
The Revoltech Joker came out with guns, but they couldn't put any pictures of it. The Arkham Knight does not have guns. No, he does not. He just has katanas.
Wow.
They should still sell them with gun holding hands and McFarlane's gun packs.
Yeah. I'm sure they'd probably get pissed off about that.
It's really, by doing that, they have taken a lot of momentum, and frankly, like me, I'm not buying that now. I'm not buying that now because, for crying out loud, Bloodsport's power was to summon guns.
Peacemaker was shooting everybody.
I still need to watch Peacemaker.
All right.
I'm not getting these.
Yeah, these we've covered on the show before that we get a better look. These are actually shipping out in February. These are the Loot Crate exclusive NECA figures, Armagon and the Mutant Shredder. So expect people to review them soon. I
can't wait.
I wanted the Danny figure, but I never got around to it. I just was like, I don't want a Loot Crate. I don't want all that crap. Of course, they'll probably end up doing another release of that down the line, probably with the Sam Rockwell foot soldier. But yeah, these are shipping out, so expect reviews of them soon. Next, we'll get into some Mafex stuff. Now, I hope to see this on your channel, T, because this looks freaking amazing. This looks to be the best Terminator figure I think I've ever seen outside of Hot Toys.
I mean, it's good. I still like the NECA Terminator 2.
I'm waiting for Terminator 2 version.
I want that, but damn, this is a really good looking Terminator.
It is.
Like they nailed the sunglasses, the scorched hair. You get, of course, the regular.
Absolutely loving the leg joints.
Yeah,
I back of those legs?
Yeah, we'll go back to those real quick. I think everything on this looks really clean without
That's
looking.
What I'm saying.
Yeah. What I really dig on it is this is probably one of the better likenesses of Arnold. Now, again, I think NECA's done a good job, but I mean, this, without a doubt, that's Arnold. Like, Mafex sometimes doesn't get the head sculpts down the way they should, but I think all three of these head sculpts I think are really successful, especially the battle damaged one.
It looks good. It's just, again, do I want to spend 120
It's not
bucks?
150, it's $85.
It's good. I like it. But part 2 is the definitive Terminator to me.
Yeah.
I still can't believe you got rid of that NECA figure.
I actually have that, but I've
You
never
haven't opened it yet. You still haven't opened it yet.
No.
If they've got the license, they'd be especially if they have the likeness to do Arnold's or the rights to do Arnold's face. I totally see them doing a T2 version of this. Giant says, "Is this cheaper than Nightwing?" I think this is cheaper than Nightwing. I guess we can segue right into that because the next thing on our docket is the Mafex Nightwing. So Dave, I'm curious what you think about this one.
It's the best Nightwing ever made, but I can't afford it.
Because he is 105.
He's. I mean,
What's it?
if those joints stay together, if those arms do not fall off, it looks impeccable. But it is so simplistic. I mean, it's beautifully simplistic, but I mean, I can't think of what more would I want from my Nightwing figure to have. Those baton hands are absolutely awesome.
I like the shading in the hair. It's so subtle, you don't really notice it, but it's.
That's what I'm saying. It is like it is. This is as simple. I couldn't ask for more, but it's just I can't believe it's costing so much, and you're getting so for that. If I won one in a raffle, I would be thrilled because again, it is if the build quality is good, that is impeccable. That is like I know I've said that word like 4 times there, but it's getting that perfect piece of sushi. It's like.
Is he a certain version of Nightwing
from Hush?
Not necessarily, because maybe Rebirth, because I mean he's had the gold necklace, he's actually had wings on his suit to let him glide.
Kev says the DC license is more expensive than Marvel across the board, and I understand Batman is super popular. Maybe that's why McFarlane does so much of it. But and really, if you look at like what's selling for DC right now, it's all Batman comics. There's like only one. I think Wonder Woman's selling, but like you look at like their top selling comics, it's all Batman variants.
I mean that baton. I would love somebody to be able to knock off that baton spinning effect for other figures because.
Yeah, it's
cool.
That's cool as hell. But I think if that's true, their license is more expensive than they should. So the role because I think Marvel across the board is more popular.
Yeah, but
Oz Newton says here that Marvel's cost more. I would Disney and AT&T being the parent companies.
Cool.
All right. Well, we got one last thing on the docket before we wrap up tonight's show. This is an interesting one because it's like with Playmates, we haven't seen too much from them on the shelves. It's like weird that like NECA has a bigger presence for Ninja Turtles. They had that Power Players line. They sent like T-Man the whole way. I think they only got one wave out of that whole because it was like a brand new IP. But I want to ask, what do you guys remember the most about Playmates other than Turtles in the 90s?
Other than Turtles in the 90s.
They had one action figure line that was persistent in all the stores, but it probably didn't interest you at all. But it was a Playmates line. I wish Joe was here. I wish Night Wingham was here in the chat.
Was it it wasn't the Barnyard Commandos, was it?
Star Trek.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Playmates, and people don't remember. They had a crap ton of TNG, Deep Space Nine, but and any toy show you go to, any retro toy show, why is my link? It keeps gotta love it. But yeah, Playmates is coming back in with a 6-inch Star Trek line, and this is called the Star Trek Universe Collection, which I think it's pretty smart to do this sort of line, but I don't know. I don't really know how successful they're going to be here because, truth be told, I don't think that they're bringing their A game for this.
That is
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that Spock. There is something.
Well, Khan, like the legs here look weird.
Dude,
The
did they
hands are
dig
all
out the
relaxed
old
hands.
mold, and it turned out that they got that they got altered in some way?
Yeah.
Those don't look so bad.
Yeah, and I like that they're coming out
I'm
with
not
Riker,
saying much.
Data, and
They don't look that
Picard.
bad.
But Kirk, Spock, and Khan, cool. They're coming in. I don't know anything about the Discovery characters. They're doing ships.
Probably buy.
Which-
I probably will buy a couple of the ships.
But yeah, it says for the waves they're doing a Wrath of Khan wave. So you're just getting
we did it.
The ships are apparently 21-inch scale. They have light sounds and phrases. They're coming in what they're calling nostalgic packaging. They're also doing a role play phaser from the original series. So
Now that would be cool.
no words on the prices of these. I'm willing to bet that the
Phase will be like $25-$30.
yeah. And actually, I don't know that these for sure are 6-inch. I'm willing to bet that they are, but they could also be 3.25. Let me double check here. Oh, these are actually 5-inch scale. So, I mean,
I got no need for those in my life. Then I might pick up a couple
Yeah.
of the ships. I definitely would. If they do a good Klingon bird of prey or a Romulan warbird, I'll absolutely get that. But these figures, my life will be complete without them.
Now they're supposed to retail at 16 a piece, which
Cool.
I mean, in this economy is fine. But just looking at these, you're just getting the figure and nothing else. Like,
I know.
Picard's a character where he could come with some accessories. He could come with his flute. He could come with his tea. He could come with a phaser. And all a few heads for these guys because Riker, Picard, and Data all emoted. I think there's people that would want Picard, that would want Riker with and without the beard.
No, Riker just needs to come with a chair that he can sit backwards on.
That too.
Good night, Keenan.
Of course, we start talking Star Trek, and we bore everybody out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say Kev is right here. They do look like upscaled 5 points of articulation figures. So it's just really not Playmates A game. And I'm kind of really curious. I guess the other thing too. I know we're running the clock on this one.
14 points of articulation.
What is the future for Playmates? Because I really can't see this company lasting too long. I mean, all I see on the shelf from them currently are the weird Cobra Kai Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles mashup figures.
They did a good job with the Voltron mecha. I wish they would do more with that.
Did.
Or if they would pick up other mecha.
Yeah, like they could definitely do, take some obscure licenses. They did do the Godzilla line, but those figures were, they didn't have enough articulation. There's a lot of stuff they could have pulled from Godzilla, and create an alternative to the vinyl scene and the monster arts for collectors.
Yeah, but they need to figure something else out.
They
I
need
mean,
to
like
go
I
with
said,
the times.
if Mattel could evolve, they can evolve. But if they don't,
that's a great point. Yeah, I think there was a time when Mattel, even having the DC license, it's like, what's going on with these guys? But they still were doing it. Kev says they need to sell their license and cash out. I think that there's room for them to do something like what Mattel's doing with Turtles. I would love to see the next Turtles cartoon come out and be something that everybody enjoys, and for Playmates to at least make an enjoyable line out of it. Like, I want a new Turtles that the younger generation has, because right now all Turtles is selling to is old farts who, like us, who enjoyed the Jim Henson movies and the old cartoon. You know, and I feel like the NECA stuff.
They did okay with the Nickelodeon show. They
Yeah,
did amazing.
the
They
Nickelodeon
did
show was
okay.
cool.
But,
I don't see NECA making figures after of those. If NECA says, "Hey, we're going to make the Bay Turtles," or okay, I'm not interested. And I think the Universal Monsters stuff and the Pixie, was it the Pixie Tree? I can't remember the name of those characters, but they're starting to hit a wall with Turtles where I think they've made just about everything that most people would want. So something new needs to come. But I think I've prattled on enough. We've lost Matt and we've lost T in our ramblings here. But I guess that'll do it for tonight's episode. Thanks again to everybody who tuned in and watched us, who slammed that like button, who popped into the chat, hung out with us tonight. It's been a blast. We will see you guys right here next Thursday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, right on YouTube. Figure Action. Take care. We love you and have a great night and weekend.
my birthday's